In the heart of a galaxy ruled by the tyrannical Arathian Empire, countless species languished under the oppressive regime. The Arathians, a race of technologically advanced conquerors, had subjugated worlds and civilizations, reducing once proud cultures to mere shadows of their former selves. Whispers of a resilient, mysterious race, the humans, circulated among the enslaved. But these tales were regarded as little more than myths. Until now. Dr. Emily Carter sat in her cluttered lab, surrounded by a sea of data screens and blinking lights. She had been monitoring unusual cosmic signals for weeks, signals that hinted at something extraordinary, or perhaps something dangerous. Her eyes widened as the data streamed in, confirming her worst fears. "We're not alone," she whispered, her voice trembling with a mix of awe and trepidation. Emily's heart raced as she compiled her findings into a comprehensive report. The signals were unlike anything she had seen before, originating from a point in space that seemed to be moving closer to Earth at an alarming rate. She hurried to the communication console and sent an urgent message to the Global Defense Council attaching her findings. Moments later, a holographic screen lit up with the stern face of General Marcus Steele, the head of Earth's military forces. "Dr. Carter, what have you found?" Steele's voice was calm, but his eyes betrayed a hint of concern. Emily took a deep breath and began her explanation. "General, we've detected a fleet of unidentified ships approaching Earth. Their technology is far beyond anything we've encountered before. I believe this is an alien invasion." Steele's expression hardened. "Prepare all data for immediate presentation. We need to inform the Council and prepare for all contingencies." In the Grand Chamber of the Global Defense Council, representatives from every nation gathered around a massive circular table. The atmosphere was tense as General Steele and Dr. Carter took their places. "Ladies and gentlemen," Steele began, his voice echoing through the room, "we have reason to believe that an alien fleet is on its way to Earth. Dr. Carter will present her findings." Emily stepped forward, her heart pounding. She activated the holographic projector, displaying a 3D model of the alien fleet and the trajectory of their approach. "These ships are unlike anything we've seen," she explained. "Their energy signatures and propulsion methods are far more advanced than our current technology. Based on their speed and direction, we estimate they will arrive within the next 72 hours. Murmurs of disbelief and fear rippled through the room. One representative, a skeptical politician, raised his hand. "Dr. Carter, how can we be sure this isn't a natural phenomenon or a malfunction in our equipment?" Emily met his gaze steadily. "The data is consistent and has been verified multiple times. This is not a malfunction. We need to prepare for the possibility of an extraterrestrial threat." General Steele nodded. "We have to assume the worst and hope for the best. Our priority is the defense of our planet and our people. We must mobilize our forces and prepare for potential contact, hostile or otherwise." The council members began to discuss strategies and resource allocation, their voices a mix of urgency and determination. As the meeting continued, it became clear that humanity was about to face one of its greatest challenges. Across the globe, military bases and scientific labs buzzed with activity. Soldiers trained rigorously, engineers worked on upgrading defense systems, and scientists like Emily continued to analyze the alien signals for any additional information. Emily found herself working late into the night, collaborating with other experts to develop new technologies that could give humanity an edge. One such innovation was a plasma-based defense shield, designed to withstand energy attacks far stronger than anything previously encountered. Meanwhile, General Steele coordinated with world leaders and military commanders, ensuring that every nation was prepared for the impending arrival. Satellites were repositioned, communication networks were fortified, and evacuation plans were put in place for major cities. As the deadline approached, tension mounted around the world. People watched the skies with a mix of fear and curiosity, wondering what the future would hold. Finally, the alien fleet entered Earth's atmosphere, their sleek metallic ships shimmering in the sunlight. The world held its breath as the ships descended, hovering ominously above major population centers. General Steele stood at the command center, his gaze fixed on the live feed from various satellites and drones. All units, maintain your positions. Do not engage unless provoked. The air was thick with anticipation as the alien ships remained stationary, their intentions unclear. Suddenly, a broadcast signal was detected, and a message in an unknown language began to play across all communication channels. Dr. Carter and her team quickly worked to decode the message. Within minutes, they managed to translate it into a comprehensible form. The message was simple and chilling. Surrender, or be annihilated. General Steele clenched his fists. So it begins, he muttered. Prepare for battle. Humanity will not go down without a fight. And thus the stage was set for an epic struggle that would determine the fate of Earth and the future of its people. The alien ships began to move, their sleek forms slicing through the sky with unnerving precision. Earth's defenses sprang into action, launching missiles and deploying fighter jets to intercept the invaders. General Steele watched from the command center, his face a mask of grim determination. Initiate Phase 1 of the defense plan. All units, engage at will. The air was filled with the roar of engines and the thunderous sound of explosions as human forces clashed with the alien fleet. Despite the advanced technology of the invaders, the humans fought back fiercely, their courage and ingenuity shining through in the heat of battle. Captain Jack Reynolds, a skilled pilot with a rebellious streak, led a squadron of advanced fighter jets in a daring attack on one of the larger alien ships. Stay close and watch each other's backs, he commanded over the comms. Let's show these aliens what we're made of. As the battle raged on, a small group of Arathians was captured during a ground skirmish. Among them was Tharok, a high-ranking diplomat who had begun to question the motives of his empire. He observed the humans with a mixture of curiosity and admiration, noting their resilience and determination. Tharok was brought before General Steele and Dr. Carter for interrogation. Despite the tension, Tharok's demeanor was calm and composed. I am Tharok, he introduced himself. I wish to speak with you. General Steele raised an eyebrow. Why should we trust you? Tharok's gaze was steady. Because I believe your resistance is not in vain. The Arathian Empire is not as invincible as it seems. There are weaknesses within our ranks that you can exploit. Dr. Carter leaned forward, intrigued. What do you mean? Tharok explained that there were factions within the Arathian Empire that were dissatisfied with the current regime. He offered to provide information that could help the humans turn the tide of the war. General Steele exchanged a glance with Dr. Carter. If you're willing to help us, then we might have a chance. Armed with Tharok's insider knowledge, the humans launched a series of strategic counteroffensives. They targeted Arathian supply lines, communication hubs, and key installations, disrupting the invaders' operations and causing chaos within their ranks. Dr. Carter developed a new weapon using a unique resource found only on Earth, a rare mineral that could disrupt the alien technology. The weapon was quickly deployed, giving the humans a significant advantage in battle. Tharok, now working closely with the human command, provided crucial insights that helped refine their strategies. His knowledge of Arathian tactics and weaknesses proved invaluable, earning him the trust of General Steele and his team. With momentum on their side, the humans decided to take a bold step, a covert mission to liberate a major alien outpost. This outpost was a key hub for Arathian operations and held thousands of enslaved beings from various species. Captain Reynolds was chosen to lead the mission, with Tharok as his advisor. The team also included a diverse group of specialists, each bringing unique skills to the table. As they prepared for the mission, the team members bonded over their shared purpose and determination. Tharok, in particular, found himself inspired by the humans' unwavering spirit and resolve. The night before the mission, Captain Reynolds addressed his team. Tomorrow we strike a blow for freedom, not just for ourselves, but for every being oppressed by the Arathian Empire. Let's make history. As the team geared up for the mission, the air was thick with anticipation. Captain Reynolds stood at the forefront, his steely gaze inspiring confidence in his comrades. Tharok, now wearing human combat gear, provided the final briefing. The outpost is heavily guarded, but there are weak points in their security grid, Tharok explained, pointing to a holographic map. We will infiltrate through the maintenance tunnels and disable the main control center. Once we have control, we can open the gates and free the prisoners. Dr. Carter added, I've equipped each of you with a portable EMP device. Use it to disable any alien tech you encounter. The team nodded, determination etched on their faces. As they boarded the stealth transport, Captain Reynolds spoke softly into his comms. Remember, this isn't just about us. We're fighting for every enslaved being out there. Let's bring them hope. The transport silently slipped through the night sky, approaching the alien outpost undetected. As they neared their target, Captain Reynolds gave the signal to disembark. The team moved with precision, navigating the maintenance tunnels with Tharok's guidance. Inside the outpost, the atmosphere was tense. Alien guards patrolled the corridors, unaware of the impending assault. The team reached the control center without incident, but as they began to disable the security systems, an alarm blared. "Move, move!" Reynolds shouted as the team sprang into action. They fought their way through the control center, using the EMP devices to disable alien weapons and systems. The battle was intense, but the humans' resolve and Tharok's insider knowledge gave them the upper hand. With the control center secured, Dr. Carter hacked into the mainframe and opened the gates. Prisoners from various species poured out, their expressions a mix of fear and hope. Reynolds addressed them through the intercom. "This is Captain Reynolds of the Human Resistance. You're free. Join us in the fight for freedom." The liberation of the outpost sent shockwaves through the galaxy. News of the humans' victory and the formation of a coalition spread quickly, inspiring other enslaved species to rise up against the Arathian Empire. Back on Earth, the Global Council celebrated the victory, but they knew the war was far from over. General Steele convened a meeting to discuss their next steps. "We've struck a significant blow, but the Arathians will retaliate," Steele said. "We need to strengthen our defenses and support our new allies." Tharok, now a trusted advisor, suggested reaching out to other potential allies. There are more species suffering under Arathian rule. If we can unite them, we can build a force strong enough to challenge the Empire. Dr. Carter agreed. "We also need to continue developing new technologies to give us an edge in battle." As the humans and their allies prepared for the next phase of the conflict, a sense of unity and determination filled the air. The fight for freedom had only just begun. The success of the liberation mission led to a surge in support for the human-led coalition. Captain Reynolds and his team embarked on a series of diplomatic missions to recruit more allies. One such mission took them to the planet Zarkon, home to a race of fierce warriors known as the Zarkites. The Zarkites had been subjugated by the Arathians for centuries, their once proud culture reduced to servitude. Reynolds met with the Zarkite leader, Warlord Karath. "We come in peace," Reynolds began. "We offer you a chance to join us in the fight for freedom. Together we can defeat the Arathians and restore your people's honor." Karath studied Reynolds, his eyes full of skepticism. "Why should we trust you, human? Many have made promises, but none have delivered." Tharok stepped forward. "I am Tharok, once a diplomat of the Arathian Empire. I now stand with the humans. They have already liberated one outpost and proven their strength. With your help, we can achieve even greater victories." Karath considered their words, then nodded. "Very well. The Zarkites will join your cause. But know this, we fight not for you, but for our own freedom and honor." As more species joined the coalition, the challenges of uniting such a diverse group became apparent. Cultural differences and past grievances often led to tensions. To build trust and cooperation, General Steele organized joint training exercises and strategy sessions. Soldiers from different species learned to fight side by side, forging bonds of camaraderie. Dr. Carter worked tirelessly to integrate alien technologies with human systems, creating hybrid weapons and defense mechanisms that combined the strengths of each species. One night, around a campfire, Captain Reynolds shared stories of Earth's history with his alien comrades. Humans have faced many challenges throughout our history, he said. But time and again, we've proven that we can overcome any obstacle when we stand united. Together, we can do the same against the Arathians. With the coalition growing stronger, the time came to plan a major assault on the Arathian capital. General Steele, Captain Reynolds, Dr. Carter, and Tharok worked closely with their allies to devise a strategy. The plan was ambitious, a coordinated attack on multiple fronts aimed at crippling the Arathian leadership and infrastructure. The coalition forces would strike simultaneously at key military installations, communication hubs, and the central command center. As the day of the assault approached, the coalition forces prepared with unwavering determination. Soldiers from different species exchanged words of encouragement, their shared goal uniting them in a way that transcended their differences. The assault on the Arathian capital began with a coordinated barrage of attacks from space and ground forces. Coalition ships engaged the Arathian fleet in epic space battles, while ground troops launched a series of tactical strikes. Captain Reynolds led a daring raid on the central command center, fighting through waves of enemy soldiers to reach the heart of the Arathian leadership. Dr. Carter and Tharok worked to disable the central control systems, using their combined expertise to outsmart the Arathian defenses. General Steele coordinated the overall assault, his strategic brilliance guiding the coalition forces to victory after victory. The Arathians, caught off guard by the coalition's strength and unity, struggled to maintain their control. As the coalition forces closed in on the Arathian Emperor's palace, the battle reached its climax. The palace, a towering structure of alien architecture, was heavily fortified and guarded by the Empire's elite soldiers. Captain Reynolds, Tharok, and a select team of warriors led the charge into the palace, fighting their way through the labyrinthine corridors. They faced fierce resistance, but their determination and resolve drove them forward. In the throne room, the Arathian Emperor stood defiant, surrounded by his most loyal guards. The final showdown was intense, with the coalition forces clashing against the Emperor's elite in a battle that tested their limits. In a dramatic confrontation, Captain Reynolds and Tharok faced the Emperor. Reynolds' quick reflexes and Tharok's knowledge of Arathian tactics gave them the edge they needed. With a final decisive strike, they brought the Emperor to his knees. The fall of the Arathian Emperor marked the end of the battle and the collapse of the Arathian Empire. The coalition forces emerged victorious, their unity and determination having triumphed over oppression. Across the galaxy, celebrations erupted as enslaved species regained their freedom. Earth and its allies began the process of rebuilding, forging a new era of cooperation and peace. In the aftermath of the victory, Captain Reynolds, Dr. Carter, General Steele, and Tharok stood together, reflecting on their journey. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious, united by a common purpose. Tharok, now an ambassador for interspecies relations, addressed the coalition assembly. Today, we have proven that unity and cooperation can overcome even the greatest challenges. Let this be the beginning of a new era, where we stand together as equals, united in our pursuit of freedom and justice. As the assembly erupted in applause, the heroes of Earth and their allies looked forward to a future filled with hope and possibility. The echoes of their victory would resonate throughout the galaxy, a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of humanity. With the Arathian Empire dismantled, the task of rebuilding began. The coalition worked tirelessly to restore the planets that had suffered under Arathian rule. Earth, now seen as a beacon of hope and resilience, played a leading role in these efforts. Dr. Carter headed numerous reconstruction projects using her scientific expertise to help repair the damage caused by the war. She collaborated with engineers and scientists from various species, developing innovative technologies to restore infrastructure and ecosystems. General Steele coordinated the efforts of the newly formed Galactic Defense Alliance, GDA, ensuring that peace and stability were maintained across the galaxy. The GDA included representatives from every liberated species, promoting cooperation and mutual respect. As the new ambassador for interspecies relations, Tharok traveled from planet to planet, fostering alliances and resolving conflicts. His experience as a former Arathian diplomat gave him unique insights into the complexities of galactic politics. Tharok's first major challenge came on the planet Varnock, where a power vacuum had led to civil unrest. Drawing on his diplomatic skills and the lessons he had learned from the humans, Tharok negotiated a peace agreement that established a fair and representative government. Tharok's efforts were widely praised, and his success on Varnock set a precedent for other troubled worlds. His work reinforced the message that unity and cooperation were the keys to a prosperous and peaceful galaxy. During the rebuilding efforts, Dr. Carter discovered ancient ruins on a remote planet. The ruins contained advanced technology and historical records that hinted at the existence of a powerful, ancient civilization that predated the Arathians. Intrigued by the discovery, Dr. Carter and her team began an extensive investigation. They uncovered evidence that this ancient civilization had once united the galaxy in peace and prosperity before mysteriously disappearing. The ruins also contained cryptic references to a powerful artifact known as the Celestial Core, said to possess unimaginable power. Dr. Carter realized that if they could find and harness this artifact, it could greatly aid in the rebuilding efforts and secure the future of the galaxy. Determined to find the Celestial Core, Dr. Carter assembled a team of experts, including Captain Reynolds and Tharok. Their quest took them to the far reaches of the galaxy, where they faced numerous challenges and uncovered hidden truths about the ancient civilization. The journey was perilous, filled with treacherous environments, hostile factions, and complex puzzles. Each step brought them closer to understanding the true nature of the Celestial Core and its potential impact on the galaxy. As they delved deeper into the mysteries, the team uncovered a shocking revelation. The Celestial Core had the power to either create a utopia or unleash destruction on an unprecedented scale. It became clear that they would need to be cautious in their pursuit and use the artifact wisely. As the team neared the location of the Celestial Core, they encountered a rogue faction of former Arathian loyalists. This faction, determined to reclaim their former glory, sought to seize the Celestial Core and use it to re-establish their dominance. A fierce battle ensued, testing the limits of the team's skills and resolve. Captain Reynolds led the charge, using his strategic brilliance to outmaneuver the enemy, while Dr. Carter and Tharok worked to secure the artifact. In a climactic showdown, the team managed to defeat the Arathian loyalists and gain control of the Celestial Core. However, the victory came at a cost, with several team members injured and the realization that the true challenge lay ahead, deciding how to use the artifact responsibly. With the Celestial Core in their possession, the team returned to Earth. A special assembly of the GDA was convened to discuss the artifact's potential and the best course of action. Dr. Carter presented her findings, emphasizing the need for caution and collective decision-making. The Celestial Core holds great power, but it must be used wisely. It can help us rebuild and create a brighter future, but it can also bring devastation if misused. Tharok supported her, advocating for a united approach. Let us use this opportunity to strengthen our bonds and work together for the common good. The Celestial Core can be a symbol of our unity and a tool for progress. After much deliberation, the GDA decided to establish a council of representatives from all member species to oversee the use of the Celestial Core. This council would ensure that the artifact was used for the benefit of all and that its power was harnessed responsibly. As the assembly concluded, there was a renewed sense of hope and determination. The coalition had not only triumphed over oppression, but had also laid the foundation for a future where unity and cooperation would guide the galaxy. Captain Reynolds, Dr. Carter, General Steele, and Tharok stood together, proud of what they had achieved and optimistic about the road ahead. The echoes of their journey would resonate throughout the galaxy, a testament to the enduring power of humanity and the strength of their allies. And so, the story of Echoes of Terra came to a close, but the legacy of their struggle and triumph would continue to inspire generations to come. Epilogue. Years passed, and the galaxy flourished under the leadership of the GDA. The celestial core was used to restore ecosystems, advance technology, and improve the quality of life for all species. The memory of the Arathian oppression faded, replaced by a new era of peace and prosperity. Captain Reynolds retired from active duty, becoming a respected advisor and mentor to young leaders. Dr. Carter continued her scientific pursuits, making groundbreaking discoveries that further advanced galactic knowledge. General Steele remained a steadfast guardian of peace, ensuring that the hard-won unity was preserved. Tharok, now a revered statesman, dedicated his life to fostering harmony and understanding among the diverse species of the galaxy. His efforts were instrumental in maintaining the unity that had been forged through struggle and sacrifice. The legacy of Echoes of Terra was a reminder that no challenge was insurmountable when faced with courage, determination, and the spirit of cooperation. The galaxy had found its way to a brighter future, one where the echoes of their past struggles served as a beacon of hope and a guide for the generations to come.